anime sword in Blender. So this is going to be the finished render, but I'm not going to show you how to do the textures because it's going to go a bit too long. Anyway, it's divided into 4 sections: making the shaft, making the mantle, making the sword itself, and then making the cloth here. Right, so first of all, you want to make the shaft. So you're going to start with a cylinder. You want to scale it into this object. So let's scale it in the Z first, and then let's scale it down a bit in everything other than the Z. So I'm going to press scale, shift Z. You want to select the bottom face, you want to extrude, you want to scale out, you want to extrude again, you want to pull down, you want to edge select this ring here, you want to rotate it, pull it across with G, so press R to rotate, press G to move it. You want to add an edge loop, Ctrl R, and then scale that out. You want to then add a subdivision surface modifier to this. It's going to look a bit funky, but just bear with me. So you want to add another, you want to press edit, add another edge cut with Ctrl T, and this will smooth the geometry out. And you'll start to notice a difference there, and then you want to press smooth shading. You're then going to Ctrl D and duplicate this, and then we're going to make this part here, which isn't very hard. It takes 2 seconds to do by adding an edge cut here, and again like this, and again like this. You want to add these edge cuts, and again, and then like this, and we'll rotate it, and then press G twice, and then Ctrl T, and then again. And then once you've got these, I'm going to press Alt, hold that, then press Shift, and then get these individual parts. You're then going to Shift D, left click, and then press Ctrl P. And no, oh sorry, I think it's Ctrl P on the Windows. It's Function P on the Mac. I'm not too sure what it is on the Windows, but it's separation by selection. You can do that by here. So you put separate, and it should come up for separation. Actually, it doesn't come up with that. Anyway, what this will do is make it a different object. You're then gonna, to this object, add a solidify modifier, which sort of makes it sort of thick, sort of gives it a bit of a thickness. And then to jazz it up, you're gonna add a edge loop on each of these, and then you're gonna select these edge loops. Like this. Oh, sorry, Alt, and click it. And if you hold Alt, it does click. And you click, if you click something wrong like this, just press Command Z and then carry on as you would before. You're then going to scale it, and you want to make sure it's medium for you. Oh, sorry, and make sure it's individual origins. And just turn the clamp down. Oh, I can't remember. A bit funky. So scale it out a bit. You're then going to put it back onto the original object, and let's just turn the thickness up and turn the clamp up a bit like this. Yeah. Right. Oh, sorry, no, not the clamp, the offset. Hang on, like that. There we go. That way, if you yeah, it should be like this. So, if you want to make this geometry appear like more solid or harder for the edges, just add edge loops towards the end like this, and it will appear a bit more rigid like that. And add edge loops and scale it inwards to get this effect here. So that's the shaft done, and obviously you can edit that to your heart's content. So that's the first part done. Second part is this part. So if I click on this and press Shift S and cursor to selected, I can then add my geometry to that point. And I do not want to add it in edit mode because it will add it with all the modifiers on. So scaling Y, scaling X. Now I'm going to add a subdivision modifier actually. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, in edit mode, add an edge cut here, edge cut there, edge cut here, edge cut there, 2 edge cuts here by pressing Ctrl and R and then 2, and then pressing left click. And I'm gonna click here, and then I'm going to scale on extrude and then scale those on the X towards the medium point, and it's going to give me that nice little finish here, which looks kind of strange. You could do the same as this one over here, which was edge selecting the whole loop and then pressing E for extrude and then scaling in. So that gets you that. Right, so that's the shaft done. So quickly done that, quickly done this, quickly done the shaft. Now the quite an easy part is the next part, which is the sword, actual sword blade itself. So I'm scaling the Y, scaling that to make sure it's in center here. Go to edit mode, and I'm just gonna pull that top face up. Rotate it like here. Then I'm going to add 2 edge loops. 1 edge cut here, 1 edge cut there. I'm then going to Alt and click this one side, Shift Alt, click this other side, and scale them on the X-axis at 0 so they meet like this. Now you think, oh, what about this here? Well, there's a bit of a way to get around it, and you need just you can't just scale it like if you just try and scale it like this and scale it in, the geometry a little weird. Okay, it didn't there. Normally it goes weird, but okay, you could just click those both edges and press scale and scale on the X-axis there. So, or the Y, sorry. So now that's the sword done. Now to get the holes in the sword, you're going to need a combination of 2 things. First of all, you're going to need to add, let's say, and let's just decide on the thickness of this cube. So let's say we want it to be X thickness. Why then? Because this is what's going to cut holes in the geometry, and you want to set it once rotating it in object mode. You do Shift A, Control A, sorry, and you want to apply the rotation and the location of this object, so that when you then add the array modifier, which you're about to do now, and put the relative offset, it actually, and you press 0 here. On the Z axis you want to press -1. It puts it underneath the object. Now if I wouldn't have done that, it would have put it directly into the object, going relative to the object's location, so it actually would have ended up there. And then you want to add the array. Now the second thing is a boolean modifier, and you need to add the boolean modifier to this object here, and basically you want to do the difference, and you want to then find out the name of this by right clicking it, and it's cube 19. Find cube 19, and then when you hide this object, I'm just going to add another 1 and then make it -0.9, because I don't know if you give it a little bit better than that. Nice. 0.95, -0.95, go down, then hide it, and then it cuts the holes in the geometry like that. Now to get this, last but not least, to get this cloth, you want to click on the object, add a plane, you rotate the plane like this, let's go press 1, 3, moving around object, and you want to move these points up by clicking them over here. Then you want to extrude, and you want to keep going around the object. So it's best, I find it best to go press 7 and you get the top view. You then want to go into the front view, and then you want to pull this up, so you know it's got a bit of a ascension to it, like this. Right. Anyway, I'll do it for the rest of this point. Doing it. I've done this tutorial too long. After you've done that, sorry, to be honest, I really did it bad because, well, I suppose it depends on how you want your cloth. Your cloth can go all the way around, really high, or it can be clumped like this. So it's up to you where you want your cloth. After you've done the basic, you know, mesh of it, you press solidify, add subdivision surface. You want to add the thickness, increase the thickness to your heart's content. You then want to create the offset bit, and move the thickness down a bit. And then you want to go into the edit and you want to add edge loops to harden it. Like this. Add an edge loop in the middle and scaling it inwards will give you that illusion that it is a bit more like a cloth. And then put it in smooth, and then that's the finished thing. If you want a video on the textures and how to do it, it's really simple, but I'm not going to include it just because this tutorial has went on a bit long, and I'm sorry if you found it difficult, but this tutorial is for people who you know, are sort of relevant. They know the navigation of Blender, they know how to use it, just like, you know, the sort of methodology and the approach to take when designing an anime sword in Blender, which is very simple in contrast to more organic objects like bodies, but for a beginner, you know, it's still difficult. So that's pretty much it.